A happy Saturday night. Welcome into Rec Park for the second game of this three-game weekend here for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. It's the Prune Packers and the Solano Mudcats here on this Saturday night. Healdsburg has taken the field, and we'll set that Solano lineup for you before we get to the Prune Packers defense. Batting first, Wyatt Davis in left field for Solano. Tyler Crudo and Aiden Hall to follow him up in the 2 and 3 holes for the Mudcats. And then Michael Weber, the cleanup batter, playing first base today for Solano. Batting fifth will be Max Garcia playing third base. Batting sixth, Derek Bartram in right field. The DH batting seventh, Alex Marshart. And Koa Wan batting eighth, the catcher. And in center field, batting ninth, Miles Meadows. That is the Solano Mudcats starting lineup. We'll get you the outfield here and infield momentarily for Healdsburg. But on the bump is Matt Barnes, the second, and it deals the first pitch, and it catches the outside corner for strike one. First pitch, 5:56, a few minutes earlier than our scheduled 6 o'clock time here at Rec Park. High 80s to start this game here in Healdsburg. The 0-1 pitch misses outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Nico Horning and Ryan Moffett happy to be with you here on this Saturday night. Hugo Traverso, our producer. Matt Barnes sets and deals and leaves it again. On the outside, it's 2 balls and a strike. Wyatt Davis leading us off for Solano. He's batting from the left side. Barnes, a right-handed pitcher at 6'5", from UC Davis. 2-1 pitch on the way, and it's swung on and missed by Davis. Down low, it's 2-2. Barnes, the second, from El Cerrito down near Berkeley. Just finished up his freshman year at UC Davis. And the 2-2 pitch. Off speed and a strike 3 call. Backdoor curve for Matt Barnes the second. And 1 up, 1 down. That's a strikeout for Barnes the second. 1 gone here in the first.
Great job by Barnes. We've seen him in the past. Not a whole lot of action, though, in this summer. But when he's on the mound, he brings the heat. And I mean, he's a big guy out there, Nico. Big, strong presence on the mound.
The first pitch to Tyler Crudo is swung on and fouled way off to the right side. 0-1 the count. Crudo to the right-handed batter, playing second base today for Solano, the second batter of the ball game. And you mentioned that frame. Barnes the second at 6'5", over 200 pounds. Here's the pitch, and he pulled a fastball outside to the right-handed batter. It's 1-1. Barnes can hover around that 95-mile-an-hour mark. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Outside corner, he dotted him up, and Crudo went and chased it. So the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield, outfield at normal depth. Here is the 1-2 pitch from Barnes the second. And it's swung on and lined the opposite way. It's the right fielder, Lepper, going back, and he makes the catch as he runs towards the warning track. He was a couple of steps away as he angled to his left towards the right field foul pole. Not quite that far, but at least in that direction. And Leopard's there to put out number 2.
Yeah, it's a real security blanket for Barnes on the mound. He's got such fast and athletic outfielders behind him today.
He's got Leopard in right, Jay Souza in center field, and Blake Grimmer in left field. Barnes the second sets out of the stretch with nobody on. The first pitch is swung on and chopped up the middle. It's the shortstop, Isario Agard, moving over, making the play, throwing to first, and that's the inning. So 1-2-3 first inning for Matt Barnes the second, and that'll bring up the Prune Packers for the first time tonight. It'll be Jay Souza, Alex Leopard, and Logan Sutter when we come back here at Rec Park. Home half of the first inning. It's the Prune Packers batting for the first time here tonight after a 1-2-3 top half of the first inning, produced by Matt Barnes II, starting pitcher from UC Davis. For the Solano Mudcats, it'll be Anthony Galindo, the right-handed pitcher, getting the start, and he's also out of the stretch with nobody on, delivers the first pitch. Left-handed batter Jay Souza takes a called strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Souza from Texas Tech University went 0 for 4 yesterday. He's batting .314 on the season with a home run and 8 RBIs. The pitch is swung on and chopped to second. It's Crudo making the backhand play, and he throws the first in time. And he retires Jay Souza by a couple of steps for the first down here in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game between the Mudcats and the Prune Packers.
Yeah, you talk about Souza going 0 for 4 yesterday. It was pretty much that every time. A lot of ground balls, just fielded and getting him out at first. So hopefully that trend sees a stop soon in this game.
Souza making contact, just can't get anything to get through. Broke his foot the last year of high school and has seen flashes of good stuff. At least that's what head coach Joey Gomes told me before this game, as that one swung off the end of the bat by Alex Leopard. A soft roller to short, a throw to first, and they retire Leopard by about a foot or two. Aiden Hall made the play over at shortstop, and it's a 6-3 ground out. There's 2 gone here in the first. So here is Logan Sutter getting the start at third base today for the Prune Packers. He had a couple of home runs last night on a line to left, and that was in part led to a 8-2 win against the Athletic Edge. And this guy has been rolling for the Prune Packers, 3 for 5 yesterday. 3 runs, 3 RBIs, those 2 homers we talked about. First pitch he takes high for ball 1. Anthony Galindo sets and deals. And off speed misses inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Solano outfield is Wyatt Davis, Miles Meadows, Derek Bartram from left to right. As Sutter takes ball 3, and it's 3-0. Nobody on, 2 outs, no score. Bottom first, here's the pitch, and Sutter takes the called strike. There on the outside, it's 3-1. He's been seeing the ball well, doesn't have to do too much to wait for his pitch. Here's the 3-1. Swung on and missed. Barely got a piece. Went right into the glove of Koa Wan. So the count moves full, it's 3-2. Infield left to right, Max Garcia, Aiden Hall, Tyler Crudo, and Michael Weber. And Koa Wan behind the dish for the Solano Mudcats. 3-2 pitch, off speed, misses just inside. Cut right across that left shoulder of Logan Sutter. And he takes ball 4, so a runner aboard for Healdsburg. First runner in today's game here at the bottom of the first. And with 2 outs, that brings up Blake Grimmer in the cleanup spot. Grimmer went 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. The pitch is high to Grimmer, ball 1. Grimmer batting .333. Pitch is swung on and grounded to short. Aiden Hall makes the catch on the third bounce and taps on second base to end the inning. So a force at second and nothing after a walk from Logan Sutter here in the first. We head to the second inning scoreless here at Rec Park. Max Garcia and Derek Bartram when we come back here to Rec Park. Matt Barnes, the second, back out on the bump for his second inning of work for the Prune Packers. It's a scoreless game through the first. It's the top half of the second inning. Michael Weber lead things off for Solano. Right-handed batter takes the first pitch up and in for ball one, right around his shoulder and face area. Max Garcia, Derek Bartram, the on-deck and in-the-hole batters after this. And ball two is up and in as well from Barnes, the second. 2 balls, no strikes. Weber 3 for 9 on the season so far with a couple of ribbies. The pitch. And Barnes catches the inside corner with the front door curve. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Another off speed in there. 2-2, right around the knees. Barnes off speed, working pretty well so far for him. He sets at the belt, nobody on. The 2-2. Fastball gets him swinging. Matt Barnes working fast, and he strikes out Michael Weber for his second K of the evening.
Yeah, Barnes, he's working with a fast rhythm here. I'm not giving the batters a whole lot of time to gather themselves in between pitches, and it's clearly working.
And Coach Gomes says that he's working on getting more downhill as well and faster to the plate. First pitch to Max Garcia, misses inside. A fastball, it's 1-0. This is the first environment that he's been tested when it comes to game time. He's been working at it for about a week in the bullpen. Talked to Coach Gomes before this game. The 1-0 pitch. Off speed in there. Boy, that curve is on point right now. Called strike on the inside. It's 1-1. Barnes trying to get to that 1-3, 1-4 from the time he releases the ball out of that right-handed arm to the time it catches the glove of Prather as he catches strike 2. Down around the knees, another off speed. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 gone, no score between Solano and Healdsburg, top of the second inning. 1-2 pitch, swung on and a fly ball in the air. This one's to shallow center. It's Jay Souza coming in, still running. Now he stops and makes the catch. So a fly out to center field for Garcia. And there's 2 gone here in the second. Derek Bartram, the next batter for Solano. He's in the 6th hole for the Mudcats, playing right field today. Righty on righty matchup, and the pitch. Off speed in there again. On the inside, strike 1 at 76 on the curve. Bartram from Novato High School cuts on the second pitch. Sort of a half swing there, but he went around. So the count is 0-2. Barnes, the second, is strike away from ending this inning. The pitch, and there it is. Swung on and missed by Bartram. And he got fooled by that curve of Barnes, the second. And he's rolling 6 up, 6 downs. His 3rd strikeout of the night for Barnes, the second. We move to the bottom half of the second inning. No score here at Rec Park. Bottom half of the second inning between the Prune Packers and the Mudcats. No score at the moment. It'll be Burge, Jacob French, and J.C. Osorio Agard, the 5, 6, 7 batters here in the bottom of the second inning. Anthony Galindo back out on the mound for the Solano Mudcats in his second inning of work. He sets and deals, and misses with a fastball way up and away. It's ball one. The Solano team once a top semi-pro club in the area. Transitioned to collegiate baseball in 2012. Galindo's pitch misses up and away again. It's 2-0. And so Solano played 5 years as an independent summer collegiate team, and then starting in 2018, they joined the Bay Area Collegiate League. Here's the pitch, and ball three. All three of those pitches have missed up and away to the left-handed batting Alex Burge, the DH today. Solano then joined the California Collegiate League. 3-0 is in there for a strike. And here they are in the Pacific Empire League. These two teams have squared off already this season. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch is outside, ball 4 to Alex Burge. And the second walk issued by Anthony Galindo. So Burge walks down to first. That'll bring up Jacob French. Another left-handed batter for Healdsburg. They're rolling out 5 lefties here tonight. This is the last lefty of the lineup. It's French in the 6th spot, playing second base for the Prune Packers. Righty on lefty. The pitch is up high for ball 1. Burge on first base. Healdsburg beat the Solano team 7-6, a walk-off in the 9th. A few weeks ago, the pitch is swung on, and it is off the inside of the bat. It goes over to third, and Garcia has to make a tough play over to first. The throw gets scooped down to the ground by Weber, but French beats out the throw. So that'll be an infield single for Jacob French. Alex Burge goes to second. It was a little bit of a loopy, soft pop-up over to third, but it was about half the distance in the air as a pop-up, and it caught the handle and ended up in the front part of third base, and the third baseman Garcia had to basically make an all-or-nothing throw over to first, and he hopped it over there. Weber made the pick, but French beat it out. So runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Galindo, and an off-speed misses off the plate. Off the outside, it's 1-0. J.C. Osorio Agard, the batter, batting from the right side for the Prune Packers. Galindo sets, looks at second, looks home and throws. And a slider in there for a strike. Down the middle, it's 1-1. Osorio Agard, 375 on the season. 10 RBIs, 3 homers. The 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Osorio Agard went 2 for 3 and walked yesterday. And he played in this last matchup between these two teams. 2-1 pitch is swung on off the end of the bat and bounced up the middle. It's a shortstop Hall coming across the middle. He flips to second for 1. That's all they'll get. But a nice defensive play by Aiden Hall, the shortstop, who was playing deep in the hole in a double play depth. Came across the middle of the infield in front of the second base bag and flipped it to his teammate Tyler Crudo at second. So there's 1 away here in the second inning. Alex Burge goes to third, and Osorio Agard replaces Jacob French over at first. Cade Ladehoff steps in. The pitch is looped in for a strike. Right at the belt, it's 0-1. Ladehoff in that right-handed box. So a righty-on-righty matchup with runners on the corners and 1 away. The pitch is swung on in the air, shallow center field. The second baseman Crudo going back. Now it's the center fielder Meadows coming in. He makes the play as he falls to the grass, and that's going to be a sac fly. for Cade Laidhoff as Alex Burge comes in to score easily from third with no throw on the play. And the Prune Packers take the first lead tonight. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I mean, a great play from Meadows there, but he took a lot of time to get it back in. Not that he was going to throw out the runner at home, but just not something you see too often. A little lackadaisical in his approach getting the ball in.
Well, they always say run to your spot, and it just seemed like he kept drifting in, finally made the catch. And not sure if he maybe even tripped at the last minute or if it was a full-on diving effort. He just couldn't get up fast enough to make the play home. But no throw from Meadows. And here is Hideki Prather, the catcher for Healdsburg. Bottom of the order with 2 away. The pitch is high, ball 1. So it's Osorio, a guard on first. Burge has scored. Laidhoff has the sac fly. So that's his 10th RBI of the season. Galindo throws over to first, and Osorio, a guard, back in there, sliding headfirst safely. Healdsburg 1 and the Solano Mudcats nothing. 2 away with a runner on first. Galindo's 1-0 is high again. It's 2-0. Fastballs are missing a little bit up, a little bit away, but his off speed's been on point, sort of similar to what we've seen from Barnes the second. Galindo deals the 2-0. And again, the fastball misses outside. That time a lot lower and on point, but still off the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. To Hideki Prather. And there's a fastball upstairs. That was not even close to the zone. That's a 4-pitch walk for Prather.
Yeah, struggling with command there. Galindo just needs to calm down. He's given up a run, but again, that's nothing here. His team has done a great job early on. I mean, holding the Packers scoreless in the first inning. You're still in this game. Don't let it get farther away from you.
Again, a 1-run game last time out. These two teams have only played each other once so far this year, despite being in the same league. More matchups on the way, but it was a 7-6 walk-off for the Prune Packers. First pitch to Souza misses inside on the slider, and it's 1-0. Jay Souza grounded out to second base to lead off this game. So he's batting around for the second time this game. Takes a strike on the outside. It's 1-1. Prather on first with Osorio, a guard, on second. It was a Cade Laidhoff sac fly to center field to bring in the first run of the ball game. The pitch swung on in the air, way down the left field line, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Galindo attended Dixon High School and just finished up his senior year at Texas A&M Texarkana. 1-2 pitch. Down by the feet of Souza, and that in fact hit him. So Osorio, a guard, moves to third. Prather moves to second, and Jay Souza has been hit. So he'll trot down to first, and the bases are loaded for Alex Leopard.
And Leopard, he's an electric player. I mean, if you've got bases loaded, this is the guy you want stepping up to the plate. One of the more explosive bats on this Healdsburg team, and get ready to watch some action.
Righty on lefty. The pitch. And Leopard swings on the first pitch and bounces on a 1-hop to Weber. It goes off his chest. Now race to the bag, and Weber beats out Leopard to the first base bag. And that'll end the inning. So Alex Leopard, some top spin on that grounder to first. Weber did a nice job keeping it in front of him, and he steps on the bag to end the inning. So 1 run across for Healdsburg off a Cade Laidhoff sac fly, 3 stranded, and we move to the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Healdsburg. Prune Packers break the ice first here at Rec Park. It's 1-0 off a Cade Laidhoff sacrifice fly to center field. And now Matt Barnes, the second, back out on the bump for his third inning of work. Deals to Alex Moshart, and he rips one to right, but it's caught on a line by Alex Leopard, who was the last out in the last half inning after he left 3 stranded with an inning-ending ground ball to first. And so there's a quick 1 out. Here in the top of the third inning, Alex Moshart, the DH, is retired, and it brings up Koa Wan, the catcher for the Mudcats. Righty-on-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. And Barnes, the second, misses with the slider. One of the rare occurrences he's missed with that pitch here in the first couple of innings of this game.
Yeah, he's been very consistent, and you don't see those misses too much from him, especially in all of his starts.
Pitch, elects for the fastball, and it's bounced back behind the batter, Juan, for a foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 gone here in the top of the third. It's Healdsburg 1 and Solano 0. Barnes, the second, sets out of the stretch. Nobody on, deals, and there's the slider right across the front hip of Juan, in there for a strike. A lot of movement on that breaking pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Barnes, the second, has been working fast. Here it is, and a slider just misses a little bit high, and it's 2-2. He's been sitting around 93 with the fastball. That's what he's gone up to. 95's the goal, according to head coach Joey Gomes. Pitch, and a slider called strike 3. Boy, that slider has been lethal here in the first couple of innings for Matt Barnes, the second. And he strikes out his 4th batter of the night. And Juan is retired. Now we move to the bottom of the order. Miles Meadows, the center fielder for Solano.
I mean, the movement on that pitch from Barnes is just filthy. It's getting these batters every time, and if it isn't broke, why go away from it?
First pitch to Meadows is swung on and missed. 91 miles an hour on that fastball. Miles Meadows at the plate. 2 for 11 on the season so far. Here's the pitch. And that slider got away from Barnes, the second. It would have hit Meadows, but he ducked. So the count is 1-1. Sometimes you want your teammates to stay in there and get hit, take a bag. Pitch, slider, that time goes off the outside, and Meadows went around. That movement is something else. That moved about 2 feet from the edge of the plate off the outside. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and ripped down the left field line, but it's foul. And it goes off the netting down there past the Healdsburg dugout. Ends up in shallow left field. It's a shortstop, Osorio, a guard, throwing it back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Slider is chopped in the air, a high bounce, and Sutter makes the forehand play and the throw to first in time. Not an easy ground ball for Logan Sutter, who had to pick that second bounce off the edge of the grass towards the infield dirt, and then made a run on the play to a fast Miles Meadows, but he got him. 9 up, 9 down for Matt Barnes, the second, from UC Davis, and we move to the home half of the third inning. It's Healdsburg 1 and Solano 0. Logan Sutter to lead off the bottom of the third inning after making a wonderful play at third base to end the top of the third. He had to take a different angle off a second bounce and made the play on the run over to first. So the first pitch is taken high by Sutter. Anthony Galindo back out there on the mound. His third inning of work. Sutter walked in the first. Here's the pitch. And a slider in on the inside. A couple balls in, and it's ball 2. Sutter leads the team with 5 home runs, 2 of those last night. An 8-2 win over the Athletic Edge. Here's the pitch, and that one is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. It's 2-1. Sutter is yet to record a hit against the Mudcats this year. 2-1 pitch. Slider off the plate. It's 3-1. Mudcats wearing the Phillies colors here tonight. Red caps with the powder blue jerseys. Here's the pitch, and that one misses inside to Sutter, so his second walk of the night. And that's the leadoff man up on first base for the Prune Packers. Sutter walks down to first, and it brings up the cleanup man, Blake Grimmer.
And it's a good job by the Packers just getting on base today early on in the game. Yesterday we saw them struggle in the early innings to just get runners on and put some numbers on the board, but today they're off to a good start.
So a runner on first, Galindo out of the stretch, throws home, and that one swung on and dribbled softly towards the Solano dugout. 0-1 the count. Healdsburg in their maroon jerseys tonight with some white stripes mixed in there down the sides. White pants. Mudcats with the gray pants. The pitch is swung on and missed. A healthy cut from Grimmer, and it's 0-2. Galindo in his third start of the season for Solano. The 0-2 pitch misses outside. It's 1-2. He is thrown against the Lincoln Potters and Medford. His last start was about a week ago in Medford. Recorded a loss. 1 run on 3 hits. The pitch is high, and Grimmer takes the second ball of the at-bat. It's 2-2. He has yet to strike out a batter this season, despite 4 innings pitched. He throws over to first, and Weber applies the tag to Sutter, but he's back in there sliding headfirst safely. Not a bad move by Galindo. Fairly quick over to first. Now he peers over there, sets the ball in his glove right in front of his chest, and throws home. 2-2 is swung on, and it gets past the second baseman, Crudo, off the diving effort and dribbles into right field. Sutter goes to third, and a base hit for Blake Grimmer with nobody out here in the third. There's runners on the corners, and Healdsburg's already up by 1.
That thing was fired off of the bat. You just heard it from home plate here. Grimmer got every piece of that ball, and that's why it got past Tyler Crudo at second.
And a great effort by Crudo as well. He was on point with the timing. The ball just rocketed high above his glove on the bounce. And there's only 1 bounce over there. He made the dive. But it was a little bit too high, and it ended up in right field. So Sutter on third, Grimmer on first. Here's Alex Burge, and he takes ball 1 in on the inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Burge walked and scored to lead off the second inning. Scored off a Cade Laidhoff sacrifice fly to center field. That's a lone run of the ball game here in the bottom of the third. With nobody out, the pitch is down low. It's 2-0. Mudcats, no runs, no hits. And the Prune Packers, 1 run on 2 hits. They've got runners on the corners here with nobody out. Burge, the 5th hole at the plate, takes ball 3 down low and in. Well, Galindo has already walked 3 batters and hit 1. Solano's lucky they've only allowed 1 run. Here's the pitch. And that one swung off the end of the bat, and it was almost caught by Crudo, but it extends just high above his glove and trickles out into shallow right. So an RBI base hit for Alex Burge brings in Logan Sutter from third base. Grimmer moves up 90 feet from first to second, and it's 2-0 Prune Packers.
The bats are definitely heating up here. I mean, it's a hot night, so maybe they showed up warm, but a great piece of hitting there by Alex Burge to get it over Crudo's head.
Looked for a split second there that Crudo came down with that, and then the ball ended up in right, but another great effort by Tyler Crudo. High 80s here to start this game. Little bit of breeze. Air is definitely more still than it was last weekend. It was blowing here in Healdsburg. Also only in the 70s. Tonight, much warmer as that pitch is swung on in the air by Jacob French down the left field line. Left fielder Davis giving chase. He's at the foul pole. And it ends up foul. And now it's ruled a home run. The most confusing home run you might ever see, as the only man that thought it was a home run was head coach Joey Gomes. And he was waving in his runners, and then all of a sudden said, wait, that's a home run. And the umpires followed suit. So I don't know what that hit, but everyone was confused. It'll be a 3-run home run for Jacob French. Grimmer scores, Burge scores, and French scores. It's 5-0 Healdsburg.
I still have no clue what just happened. None of that made sense. But, hey, home field advantage. If head coach calls a home run, it's a home run.
I'm trying to think what it could have hit out there. Yes, there's power lines. Yes, there's the foul pole, but it's fairly short.
I don't even know. That was weird.
1-0 pitch up and in to Osorio Agard. It's 2-0. Well, we might never know. Definitely curious to ask Joey Combs that one after the game. Is that pitch is swung on off the end of the bat, foul back to the screen.
I blame it on voodoo. It's the only thing you can blame it on.
So a 3-run home run for Jacob French. 5-0 Pack. The 2-1 pitch is swung on a missed by Osorio Agard. Fairly early on the slider. It's 2-2. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. Healdsburg's put together 4 runs here in this inning. The pitch is outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. All 4 runners have scored here in the third inning. Osorio Agard on this payoff. Swings and crushes one to deep left field. Left fielder Davis giving chase, and this time it's a foul ball. After a more pleasant audience reaction, this one is foul.
None of this is making sense, Nico. That was the biggest round of applause for a foul ball we've ever seen, but the home run, nobody stood up.
It had the distance,
it's
but
horrible.
it was ruled foul. That home run must have hit something that we just couldn't notice, because that sun is glaring out there in deep left above the houses, and sometimes it's hard to see where it actually ends up, unless you're the left fielder Wyatt Davis out there. Payoff again is swung on in the air, this time a lot closer to home. It's the shortstop Aiden Hall moving over, making the play for the first out. Finally here in the bottom of the third inning, Osorio Agard, the first batter, retired for Healdsburg. And it brings up Cade Laidhoff, the 8th hole hitter who's hit the sacrifice fly to center in the second inning. That brought in the first run of the game. Righty on righty matchup, and the pitch comes across the top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Galindo deals home, and that one swung on and ripped down the left field line, way foul. And it almost hit a car moving from center field to left field, and now a minivan ends up stopping in the road to try and pick up that ball. Boy, what a messy third inning out there in left field.
Yeah, if you live on that street, I mean, you're in for a long night tonight with how this is going.
0-2 is outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Base is empty. It's 5-0 Healdsburg. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-2 home is high. It's 2-2. Galindo went 1-3 at Solano College. 2-2 pitch is swung on and chopped first base side. Weber makes the backhand, now throws back to the bag, and not in time. Cade Ladoff beats out the throw by a step. It was a great fielding play by Michael Weber, the first baseman, who ended up making the backhand halfway between first and second, and then flipped it with an overhand throw to the covering Galindo at the bag, and it looked like a tie to me, and Ladoff is safe at first. So an infield single for Ladoff. Here's Hideki Prather, the catcher, and he swings on the first pitch and hits one in the air to center field. Meadows moving over, and it ends up in the right center gap. Ladoff on his way to third. Joey Gomes is going to send him around. Here's the relay throw home, and it ends up high off the fence and the backstop. And that'll move Prather from second to third on the double. So it'll be a double and an error for Prather as he moves to third base. This is all with 1 out, and Healdsburg's taking a 6-0 lead.
We see a lot of chunk innings of offensive work from this Packers team, and I mean, this is one right here. 5 here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Jay Souza, top of the order on this first pitch, takes down and inside. It's ball 1. That one was crushed to right center. 1-0 pitch to Souza is high and outside, 2-0. Healdsburg has 5 hits here in the 3rd. One of those a 3-run home run. 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled in the air, third base side. 2-1 the count. It went walk, single, single, home run. That cleared the bases. Then an out was recorded by Asario Agard. That remains the lone out of the inning. The pitch is swung on in the air to right. Derek Bartram moves in, and he makes the play. They're going to send Prather, the runner, home, and he'll score as he slides into home plate. It was a decent throw from Bartram, but it would have been a tough play at the beginning, and that makes it a 7-0 Prune Packers advantage here in the bottom of the 3rd. Ninth RBI of the season for Souza. And now it's the only man up who was not hit in this inning, Alex Leopard. Base is empty, 2 away. And the pitch to Leopard is in there for a strike. Bottom of the zone, slider, it's 0-1. Leopard has grounded out twice in the first 2 innings. This is already his 3rd at-bat. The 0-1 pitch inside, and that's a spot that Galindo's been missing for the majority of this contest. And that hits Alex Leopard. So he'll trot down to first with 2 away, and Logan Sutter, who started this inning off with a walk, is the man up.
Yeah, Galindo, I think the mental side of the game is starting to get to him after giving up all these runs. Just, he might be a little fearful to throw it too far into the zone against these Packer bats that have been so great here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Galindo's lost his control, and Kyle Stafford's going to bring in a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 3rd. 6 runs across in this inning for Healdsburg. It's 7-0 Prune Packers, new pitcher, and we come back with 2 away here at Rec Park. 6 runs across here in the bottom of the third inning has induced a new pitcher for the Solano Mudcats. It'll be the right-handed pitcher, Austin Watson, who just finished up his junior year at Fresno Pacific from Buchanan High School down in Clovis. He's in the portal, and he replaces Anthony Galindo and throws ball 1 up and away to Logan Sutter, who is batting around for the second time here in the third. Again, 6 runs across in this inning. It's 7-0 Prune Packers. Bottom of the third inning, 2 away, and a runner on first. The 1-0 pitch is inside now to Sutter. It's 1-1, or 2-0, I should say. Sutter walked and scored to lead off this third inning. Righty on righty matchup. The pitch is taken for a strike. Top of the zone, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Watson peers over to first, now sets. Here's the pitch. Off speed, just off the plate, it's 3-1. So Watson making his 4th appearance of the season. He faced the Prune Packers back on the 11th of June. And through 2 innings, here's the pitch. And Sutter takes ball 4, his 3rd time he's walked here tonight, 2nd time this inning. And that brings up Blake Grimmer.
I mean, Sutter putting on a clinic today with how good his eyesight is. 3 walks and 3 plate appearances is quite the stat.
Hey, if I was playing MLB The Show, I'd increase his vision on the next roster update.
Definitely.
Pitch to Blake Grimmer, swung on and crushed in the air. Deep right field. Center fielder Meadows giving chase. He climbs up the wall and watches this one fly. A 3-run homer for Blake Grimmer, the 2nd 3-run home run of the inning. It's 10-0 Prune Packers here in the third.
The madness continues to ensue. I mean, they are just laying it on, and it's still so early in this game. And now here's some of the analytics on that last home run. 98 miles per hour off the bat, Nico, with a 31-degree exit angle. And what everyone cares about, how far it went, 384 feet.
Well, that one went 0 feet as Alex Burrs swings on and misses. First pitch of the at-bat from the new pitcher, Austin Watson. It's a healthy distance there for Grimmer on the home run. Ball 1 outside. Count is 1-1. 2 away, bases empty. It's 10-0 Healdsburg. Watson out of the windup, deals home. And misses in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. So you had French's 3-run home run go to left field. Grimmer's 3-run bomb to deep right center. 2-1 pitch is cut on and foul tipped into the glove of Juan. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watson and Solano a pitch away from getting out of this mess of the third inning. 9 runs across for Healdsburg here in this bottom of the third. The 2-2 is downstairs. It's now full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Watson winds and delivers. And that one swung on and crushed down the right field line, but it's way foul. Well, these Solano pitchers have woken up here in this third inning. That's all I can tell you.
A rude awakening. I mean, the Packers came to play, and these Mudcats pitchers might not have expected this firepower from the Packers.
Galindo walking off the mound, just smiled and laughed. 3-2 pitch is swung on and dribbled softly to first. Weber scoops it up, and he'll stamp on the bag to finally end a 9-run Healdsburg third inning. 10-0 Packers. We move to the 4th inning here at Rec Park.
All right, we're back here in Healdsburg, California, and it's still Matt Barnes on the mound for the Prune Packers. He had such a dominant performance today, and Coach Gomes riding with his guy. I mean, why not? After 4 strikeouts, Nico, what have you liked from Matt Barnes so far?
Well, he's been working fast. That keeps your team engaged, keeps your fans engaged.
Fan engagement, so important.
And he's been going fastball, slider. The slider he's rarely missed tonight. It's been quite the east to west movement off the plate.
Yeah, that movement, I mean, we're seeing it right there. Misses the zone, but it has been so great. The movement on that pitch has stunned these batters multiple times.
And when he has missed, he's been quick to recover.
Definitely, and misses right there again. But looking to come back in the count here against the leadoff man, Wyatt Davis. So 3-0 count. Here's Barnes. His pitch up high, and that'll be a walk. So Davis, free trip over to first base. It's not too often you see that.
First runner aboard of the game for Solano.
Could be nice momentum shift, if a small momentum. I mean, when you're down 10-0, you can only grab so much momentum back at one at bat. The pitch. There's a strike. That's what Barnes is looking for. First strike against Tyler Crudo. No one on, 1 out, or 1 on, no out. There's that breaking ball there from Barnes, but too low. Count now even at 1-1. Barnes delivers, and it's outside. So now 2 balls in the count here against Crudo. Pitch from Barnes, swung on and lined out into center field. Souza letting it drop in front of him, and he throws it in, but there's Tyler Crudo with a base knock. So now 2 on for the Mudcats here, and this is quite the response after a 9-run bottom of the 3rd.
All you can do now is go station to station and at least claw your way back by doing the smart things, walking, hitting base hits. And the top 2 batters have done that for Solano.
Yeah, you don't need it all back at once. There's still a lot of baseball to play. I mean, when you put up 9 in the first 3 innings, or 10, excuse me, it gives your opponent some time to recover and get back into the game. So 0-1 here for Aiden Hall. Pitch from Barnes, and that hit over to Logan Sutter. He's throwing it to second, and the Packers complete the double play there. Some smooth infield work to get 2 out, and that kind of stops or halts the Mudcats here after they've been picking up on what Barnes has been laying down.
And Logan Sutter's defense has been awesome tonight.
Tell me about it. He has been on a tear just this weekend in general. He's had some amazing defensive plays to get out of tough spots or just help out his pitcher. And I'm sure Barnes is pretty thankful for that as he misses right there to Michael Weber. So 2 out, but there's still a runner over on 3rd that the Packers and Barnes have to worry about. Barnes sweeping pitch in for a strike. Pitch from Barnes results in a big swing and a miss there. So Barnes a pitch away from getting out of this inning here and keeping the Mudcats scoreless. This hit out into the outfield, over into right center, and caught by Jay Souza, tracking it down, coming in on it. So a great job, Matt Barnes, in his 4th inning of work, holds the Mudcats scoreless once more in this 10-0 stomping so far from the Pack. We'll be back in the bottom of the 4th in just a few moments. All right, back here in Healdsburg, 10-0, Packers on top, and they're looking to follow up quite the performance in the bottom of the 3rd. They put up 9 runs. I mean, just utter dominance, Nico. And here to start it off is Jacob French, and a little leaping play, a catch made there by Michael Weber over at first base.
Great play by Weber. We've seen Weber, much like Sutter over at 3rd for Healdsburg. Weber at 1st for Solano has made a couple nice backhand grabs, and then that one he leaped in the air and caught it. Would have been a double down the line.
Yeah, it was a solid hit, but in the right spot at the right time. Good hustle there by Weber. Get up. And a big swing and a miss there from a guard. And another swing and a miss from a guard. A good pitch by Watson. He gets ahead 0-2 here against J.C. Agard. Watson's pitch, just missing the outside part of the zone. The 1-2 from Watson, down in the dirt. So now 2-2 pitch to a guard. He pops this one up, and it's going to go out of play. Dropping right next to the food truck here. You going to give that food a try, Nico?
I was going to, but I ran out of time earlier.
You never run out of time. Go right now.
Maybe I will. Then I wouldn't be doing my job.
Yeah, I would be a little scared. Leaving me alone's unsafe as this crushed out into left field. And, I mean, that could be a home run for all we know, but I believe it's foul. It seems
all
like,
I'm going to say is those kids are running to the backyard of that house.
Yeah, I don't know where they think they're going. That's borderline home invasion if they go for that ball. It's probably not safe to run out on that road. Those kids are, man, where are your parents?
25 miles an hour.
Well, they're earning that ball, whether it's trespassing and getting arrested or earning a broken arm. We'll see what happens. Here's the pitch to a guard. It's this and a weak line drive over to Tyler Crudo at second base. And that's out number 2 now. So a good inning of work from Austin Watson to put down the first 2 guys. So now Cade Ladoff up to the plate. We'll see what he has to offer after a single in his last at bat. First pitch to him up high for a ball. The 1-0. Played off. Watches that one just catch the barely inside part of the zone for strike number 1. Swings on this. That's out into right. Right fielder right at the fence. Catches it. A good job by Bartram out there. You reaching back, feeling the fence, make sure he's out of room. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. Mudcats responding after a 9-run inning in the last bottom of the 3rd. But they hold them scoreless here in the 4th. We'll be back in the top of the 5th in just a few moments. All right, we are back here in Healdsburg, California, top of the 5th. And Matt Barnes II, his day is officially over, but what a wonderful performance from him. 4 scoreless frames, and he had 4 strikeouts to show. And now it's Blake Crawford, the Oregon Duck. And he's showing that he's a Duck. He's got a bright green glove, so showing off the Duck swag all those Nike schools get. As this pitch is popped up, shallow right field, and caught by Alex Leopard for the first out. So a great start there, and now he's going to face Derek Bartram from Marin Community College. So here's Crawford's pitch to Bartram, and that'll be a first pitch strike. Bartram goes down 0-1. Crawford's pitch, swung on and lined out into right, and look who's there. Alex Leopard hopping on his horse, getting to that ball for out number 2. What a play there from Leopard. I mean, we talked about it earlier. All these guys on the field are athletes, but these outfielders, they're all freaks out there in the athletic way, of course. But Leopard, I mean, he's one of those guys. He's a speedster out there, and he's got the power on the offensive side. Just a wonderful athlete for the Packers, and he's been with them for a while. So Crawford working here against Alex Mouschart. Crawford taking his time up there on the mound. Here's the 1-1. And a big swing and a miss. So quite the tempo change going from Matt Barnes the second to Blake Crawford. Crawford really slows it down, takes his time with every pitch, whereas Barnes was a lot quicker in between pitches, and his tempo was just nonstop. Didn't give the batters a whole lot of rest. So Crawford now working with the 2-2 count against Mouschart. Here's his pitch, missing outside. Count goes full. Nobody on, 2 out. Crawford could get out of the inning right here. Here's his pitch, and that swung on. I mean, Mouschart got a great hold of it, and it's going to drop foul. So good job by Mouschart just to stay alive there as the count remains full. Here's Crawford sending the pitch, and a weak ground ball over to Sutter. He's going to run. Throw on the run is on target, but Cade laid off. Kind of got pulled off the bag. Throw a little bit to his left. So Mouschart going to end up getting on base. Just a tough play there. Logan Sutter, you know, on the run. Not a set foot throw, so not the most accurate, but nothing too worrisome if you're Blake Crawford, especially with this defense behind you, who has shown early on in this game the capabilities that they have. So there's a swing and a miss from Koa 1. His last at bat resulted in a strikeout looking, so he's looking to swing the bat here. There's a pitch from Crawford, results in a swing and a miss. So count now 0-2 here for 1. Crawford looking at the runner on first. And here's his pitch, up high. Mouschart with ginger lead over at first. And this, a weak hit ball, laid off. Good job doing it himself, getting that third and final out that the Packers and Crawford needed in his first inning of work. And the Mudcats still scoreless in this game. Packers with the 10-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back in just a few moments. All right, we are back. Ryan Moffett with Nico Horning. Getting some great food here. API Hot Chicken Customer of the Month, maybe. And believe it or not, the Packers are rounding out their third time through the lineup. I mean, they've just been on one today. They've been on a tear offensively and defensively. And it is Hideki Prather in the box here working against Austin Watson. Pitch from Watson, outside. And Watson had a good inning of work last inning. I mean, after a 9-run inning in the bottom of the third, he held them scoreless in the fourth, so he's looking to build upon that. Is this grounded over to the shortstop, and a funny hop. Aiden Hall let it come in on him, and it gets away from him, so Hideki Prather gonna end up on first base.
Tough play for Aiden Hall there in the hole, but at the same time, you got to attack that baseball. You can't let that thing beat you up. Even if it goes off your arm or whatever it is, got to come in and get that thing. He did not do that.
Yeah, not the most aggressive approach from Hall there. Let that ball sneak up on him, and the hops here can be brutal. That one hopped off his chest. Pitch from Watson, swung on and fouled off by Jonathan Kim. So Kim coming in for Jay Souza. Watson's 0-1 pitch is fouled off once more and out of play. And let the chase begin. 90 children just left the ballpark. So Watson quickly ahead, 0-2 against Kim. And a big swing and a miss there. Kim goes down in his first at bat, and a good job by Watson there, getting his first out of the inning. So now Alex Leopard coming up to the plate, his fourth appearance of the day. We've seen a lot of pretty much everyone in the lineup, but Leopard, first guy with 4 appearances, as this ball gets away from the catcher one, and it will be an advanced base there for Hideki Prather.
Ryan, it is a toasty night.
Definitely.
I mean, it's one of those nights where you're just looking for some air to move, and you're just, it's not humid, obviously, but it's just sticky.
Well, yeah, you sit in your own sweat for a good 2 hours up here, and you just are praying for any sort of breeze, which we have not seen or felt. It can't be bad, though. You're a Sacramento guy. I mean,
no, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's
still not comfortable.
It's still in your mind here and there,
Yeah.
you know. It's like, oh man, I'm just.
I would appreciate some
sweating,
AC.
you know.
Yeah. Here's the pitch, down in the dirt. Good job there by one to keep it in front of him. What's the hottest day you've ever been a part of? It can be in Sacramento, maybe Healdsburg, I'm not sure.
Probably Scottsdale or Phoenix.
Oh gosh, rough start.
I'll go maybe
50.
115, 116.
Oh, 15. Yeah, that's unbearable.
Sacramento, we've gotten up there as well. Probably somewhere around the 107, 108 mark.
And what do you do? What do you do on a day that hot?
Well,
I mean,
go in
we're
the
here
pool.
stuck watching baseball, but what do you do when you have the choice?
You go in the pool, and you.
This hit up the middle, and great job there by Hall to keep it within his reach, and he gets the out over at first, and Leopard goes down. You're going in the pool. Explain some more.
Well, you go in the pool until it gets too hot in the pool.
Till it turns
then
into
you
a
just
hot
got to
tub.
hunker down inside or find some shade and hope for some breeze, but it's a tough situation.
Definitely. Well, the heat didn't scare away the fans today. Still a good amount of fans here. I mean, I don't know if this would be my first thing, the first thing on my list to do on a hot day, but Packers, they've got some
And these
faithful
fans are supportive. And granted, this is a normal hot day in the summer.
True. So Logan Sutter up to the plate now, 2 down, but he has Prather over on third base. Looking to add another one on to the scoreboard on this 10-0 lead. So 1-1 count. Here's Watson's pitch. Outside for ball number 2. Excuse me, it's a 1-2 count. Pitch from Watson, swung on high, over into deep right center. They're tracking it, that's out of the air. Over onto the metal bleachers. Sutter's dominant weekend continues.
Logan Sutter is impressed in every at-bat here this week. 2 home runs yesterday, a home run tonight on top of 3 walks. He is having himself a lot of success at the plate.
I think he was excited most about just a pitch he could hit for once, not getting walked. And he had the chance, and he took that for a ride.
6th home run of the season for Sutter.
He's been on a tear. It's now another home run hitter for the Packers, Blake Grimmer. He had a 3 RBI shot. This one fouled off over towards the Mudcat bullpen. One and one count for Grimmer. Here's Watson's pitch, down low. You know, with how many home runs there are and how hot it is, you would think there would be more people sitting out there in right center on those shaded bleachers. What's your optimal seat at a ballpark? Is this just smacked out into center field and caught by Miles Meadows? And guess what? You've got to stay tuned to hear what Nico has to say about the best spot to sit in a ballpark. Just stick around and you'll hear about it in the top of the 6th. Miles Meadows up to bat first here in the top of the 6th. And he's got to go against Blake Crawford, who had a strong first inning of work, holding the Mudcats scoreless in the top of the 5th. And here's his first pitch to Meadows, fouled off into the backstop. And Hugo, we kept the fans waiting. What's the best seat in a ballpark in your opinion?
Depends where you are. Oracle Park, I'm going to go down that first base line towards the brick wall there.
That's a good spot. Is this fouled off once more?
Because that right field line's not that far. Here, I'll go right behind the Healdsburg dugout there, third base side. So you're in the shade. You got a good vantage point of everything. Now, you mentioned those bleachers out in right field. And I like the shade out there, but unfortunately, you're in the outfield.
Yeah.
No concessions out there.
No. Is this hit out into left field, and that's going to drop. Grimmer lets it drop in front of him, and Miles Meadows will get on. You know, I might have to start my own business, just walking up and down those bleachers and get people to come out there. I'll sell beer and, some peanuts.
There you go.
Maybe peanut-free peanuts for people that have allergies. Not sure how that works.
Gluten-free?
Yeah. Now, what would you say at O.co, where the A's used to play?
Yes.
Nowhere. You say nowhere to sit.
Coliseum is one of the best places to watch a baseball game. Yeah, anywhere sitting in that place, honestly. Great ballpark. It's one of those places where you don't need all the extra flavor.
It's just a classic.
Yep.
Just like Rec Park. This one hit out into center field. Sitting right under it is Jonathan Kim for the out. So now one down here for Blake Crawford and his defense. Now Tyler Crudo up to bat. Had a great single in his last appearance. See if he can do it again. Crawford checking on Meadows at first, and here's his pitch. Low and outside for ball number one. And we've got a runner going. Meadows trying to go. Prather's throw. It was going to be close, but slips out of the glove of Jacob French, so Meadows safe. That was a great jump there from Miles Meadows.
Yeah, if you're Solano, you're looking for any sort of offense here. Put a runner in scoring position.
Just something to get the ball moving in some sort of way, as there's a strike right there against Aiden Hall. Or excuse me, Tyler Crudo still. You can only do so much when you're down 12-0. So Crawford working with the 2-1 count against Crudo. He's checking on Meadows at second. Here's his pitch. Outside and low. Count goes 3-1. Pitch from Crawford. Swung on. Big whiff there from Crudo as the count goes full. The full count pitch from Crawford fouled off. Good job there. Crudo staying alive in this at bat. So Crawford versus Crudo. Who's going to win the battle? Here's Crawford's pitch. And inside, that'll be a ball. Crudo, free pass to first. And now 2 on here for the Mudcats with only 1 down.
Healdsburg pitching staff has really been cruising through most of this game, and this is the first sort of jam they've run into.
Yeah, not a whole lot of difficult situations for them so far, but Crawford working with the 2 runners on here. Here's his first pitch. This hit right back to him, goes for the backhanded right through the glove of a guard, and that's going to bring Meadows in. So what looked like would be a routine double play for this Packers infield just gets away from them. Through the glove of a guard, and now the first run of the game for the Mudcats as they cut into the 12-0 lead, which is now 12-1.
Under the glove of a guard, and that one cost you a run.
So Crawford with a corner situation here against the Mudcats as this fouled off over down the right field line. Still looking for the next 2 outs. The pitch to Weber, inside. Count goes even at 1-1. Michael Weber lays off. Pitch is outside. Count now 2-1. Here's Crawford's pitch. And another ball here from him. He started off so strong last inning, and he kind of gotten away from that consistency that we saw. Oh, whoa.
And his defense isn't helping him out either.
That's
the
also
big thing.
true. Putting him in a tough spot. Runner over on third, and one behind him on first. There's a swing and a miss there from Michael Weber. So full count. Crawford trying to put away Weber. Here's his pitch. Fouled off. Over towards the Boys and Girls Club behind us. Were you a Boys and Girls Club guy, Nico?
I was not.
Well, you just gave me zero material to work with. No, that's okay. I would go there just during basketball practices. We use their courts.
Okay.
So I wasn't either.
There you go.
Full count pitch, and that one swung on and fouled again. Quite the battle here. A lot of these batters this inning have given Crawford quite the battle and long at bats.
Yeah, great battle here between Weber and Crawford.
Crawford, and this hit out into right field. Leopard out there, he's catching it. Runner's coming home. His throw not even gonna try. So now 2 on the board. Solano Mudcats putting up a couple runs in this top of the 6th, and it's back to a 10-run deficit. So now coming up, Maximiliano Garcia. What a cool name, huh? I wish my name was that long. And he's going to check swing there, and field ump is going to say he did not go. So now 1-0 count here for Garcia. Crawford's 1-0. Outside of the zone. Another ball to Garcia. Packers looking for that third and final out of this top of the 6th, where the Mudcats have responded with 2 runs. Crawford fires. This hit out into right field. And right there for it is Alex Leopard. So Packers get those 3 outs, but not after the Solano Mudcats with a response of their own. 2 runs for them in this 12-2 ball game. We'll be back in the bottom of the 6th where the Packers look to respond. We are back here in Healdsburg, and it's bottom of the 6th. New pitcher in for the Solano Mudcats, Dash Carson. I was just telling Nico, him and I go way back, all the way back to last season. He was
way back.
Yeah, he was on the Mudcats last season, so we've got a long history. I would buy him hot dogs. Him and other guys hot dogs. They would text me and ask for food as they were in the bullpen, getting ready to go.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. Maybe I'll get fired. I was an intern, you know. You can get away with stuff.
Now, how'd you set that up? How'd you guys start doing that?
They would call me over and say, "Hey, you look like you want something to do."
Were you weren't up here in the booth?
No, I was down. I was down by their dugout. I was filming stuff. I was a live tweeter.
There you go.
Yeah, everybody starts somewhere. Mine was live tweeting. Live Xing now, known as, yeah.
Okay, that would make sense then.
Yeah, and they said, "Hey, you look
like a guy that knows his part."
Yeah.
Find me something.
We could easily trick you into getting everyone food. Thankfully, they didn't make me pay for it. They would give me money.
That's good.
It wasn't completely free labor. So we'll see if he's got something to offer tonight. Maybe he's fueled up on hot dogs. I don't know if there's any tonight with API Hot Chicken. As he finds his first strike there against Alex Burge. You just went to API Hot Chicken. Let us know, how was that macaroni?
Good macaroni and cheese. I thought it was going to be a little bit more spicy, but I'm not a spice guy.
Oh,
so I was trying to avoid that at all costs. It was good. Did the job.
Avoid spice. As this popped up and out of play. Now, what happens if you eat spicy food? Do you just start
I just down a whole water
crazy?
bottle.
Oh.
Yep.
Water, I heard water doesn't help, though. You're supposed to drink milk.
I'm not a milk guy.
Oh, gosh. So if you eat
So
spicy
it's all
food,
water for
you're
me.
going down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Have the
We're done.
ER on speed dial. I'm the opposite. I live for the thrill. I love the spice.
Can't do it.
This pitch up high, and that'll be a walk there. Carson walking his first batter in Burge. So now Jacob French coming up to the plate. Had a 3 RBI homer earlier on in today's game, and of course in that explosive bottom of the third 9-run inning. Carson hoping for anything but a 9-run inning. Or maybe an 8-run inning, not sure. As he's still trying to find, his control here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Carson's pitch, and that's fouled off by French. 1-1 count for Jacob French at the plate. He's got his fellow Cal Bear, Alex Burge, on first. Here's Carson. And a good inside pitch there to get French swinging on it. It's fouled off. So good spot for Carson. Head in the count, 1-2 against French. Carson's pitch in the zone, squeezes it in, and that'll be a looking strikeout there for Jacob French, and the first out of the inning for the Mudcats. So now J.C. Agard coming up to the plate. Here's Carson's first pitch to Agard, and I think he was looking for that to break a little more. Almost hit Agard there. And a good pitch there. Great break on that pitch from Dash Carson to get that strike. Still a guy in community college coming out of Marin. He's looking to put some stuff on tape this summer to further his career and possibly go play after junior college. This hit hard by a guard, gets past the third baseman Garcia, and make that a base knock for a guard.
Sometimes it's not the hardest ball hit in town, but it sneaks through the 5-6 hole.
Whatever gets the job done.
That's exactly right.
And now laid off, looking to do his own job here and just help keep the chain moving for the Packers. Still only one out from that strikeout against Jacob French. Here's Carson working with 2 on. This popped up. Looks like into foul territory up against that fence. And way off of that fence. So not the best job tracking it by Garcia. I'm not sure if it drifted or what. He was at the fence and it dropped right behind third base. So now 0-1 for Cade Ladoff. Now the umpire gonna brush off this home plate. Oh, I didn't even realize it was there. It's so dirty. What's the dirtiest thing you've ever seen, Nico?
A covered home plate.
All right, safe answer. Safe answer. Could have set you up there. I was talking about dirt and grime, by the way. Get your head out of the gutter. And there's a breaking ball there from Dash Carson. Good pitch. Catch the bottom corner of the zone. Now 0-2 for Ladoff. The 0-2 from Carson. A wild bounce off of the catcher. One, I mean, that must have hit some part of gear to get a hop like that, and as a result, the runners advance.
That was a weird hop for sure.
I mean, that thing shot away from him. It was on a rubber band. So now 1-2. And Carson will step off the rubber. Umpire says something. You hear that? No, I was asking if you heard what he said.
No idea.
Okay.
I knew he said something. I don't know what he said.
I was like, I know you heard it. All right. Here's Carson's pitch. This hit hard out into center. Coming in on it hard, but it's dropping in front of Meadows. He's throwing home. And the relay throw getting a guard out before he could reach home. So a good relay there to at least stop one of the runs from coming in. Score goes 13 now for the Packers. So all that chaos at home plate, kicking up a bunch of dust here. And we're waiting for that to settle. It can get a little hazy with that sun getting low and all that dust. Here's Carson's pitch. And he gets bottom part of the zone with that breaking ball for strike number 1 against Prather. So 1 on, 2 down. Here's Carson. And a great pitch there to get Hideki Prather to whiff on that. Prather quickly falls behind 0-2 in the count. The 0-2 pitch. High. Carson on the 1-2. This hit right to the shortstop, Aiden Hall, for the 3rd out of the inning. So Carson, in his first inning of work, Packers put up 1 run to extend the lead. Now 13-2. And when we come back in the top of the 7th, Mr. Nico Horning will take over the call. We'll be back in just a few moments.
All right, Nico Horning, Ryan Moffett back here with you. It's 13-2 Prune Packers here in the top of the 7th inning. Blake Crawford back out on the bump, and he fires in a strike off a swing and a miss from Derek Bartram. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Bartram up for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 2. The 0-1 pitch is outside. It's 1-1. Bartram struck out swinging in the 2nd inning and then flew out to right in the 5th. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. The pitch, and it's swung on and fouled off to the right. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Sun going down beyond the houses in left field. Still well in the sky, but at least causing some shadows here at the ballpark. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Inner half of the plate, and a fastball retires Derek Bartram. And that's the first strikeout of the night for Blake Crawford.
Yeah, great start to this inning. I mean, he was put in a tough spot, or not put into a tough spot, but his defense put him into a tough spot last inning. So a great start here, doing it himself.
Crawford's got that green Oregon glove. Holds the ball with that left hand. Now sets, facing the right-handed batter, Alex Moschart. The pitch is just outside off the plate, 1-0. Crawford in his 3rd appearance of the season. Here's the pitch. And he fires in a fastball on the outside. It's swung on and fouled off to the right. Crawford pitched against Humboldt on the 17th. And then recorded the win against the West Coast Kings in that 5-4 ball game last weekend. Here's the 1-1. And that falls in for a strike, top of the zone. 1-2 the count, 1 out, nobody on. 13-2. Healdsburg leads. Crawford sets out of the stretch, deals the 1-2, and it misses way inside to Alex Moschart. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moschart, the DH, has lined out and reached on an error by Logan Sutter back in that 5th inning on a ground ball to 3rd. 2-2. Crawford throws home and misses way up and away. It's now 3-2, so a good eye here in the last couple of pitches by Moschart. From the University of Mary, which is in Bismarck, North Dakota. (3-2). Crawford takes a breath and throws home. Swung on and barely fouled back to the fence. And we'll do it again. Shadows really filtering in all around the ballpark. The corner outfielder is in the sun. The center fielder, Jake Souza, is in the shade. Payoff pitch again is in there for strike 3. Bit of a delayed call, and Alex Moschart, the DH, doesn't like it. He's still shaking his head no as he walks back to the first base side dugout. And it's a called strike 3. So the 2nd strikeout in a row for Crawford. And there's 2 away here in the 7th inning. Koa Wan, the batter, batting in the 8th spot. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. Healthy cut. Right-handed batter couldn't find it. And it's 0-1. Wan has struck out looking in the 3rd inning, and then he grounded out to first base in the 5th inning. Crawford, the southpaw, throws to the righty and misses inside. It's 1-1. Wan just finished up his freshman year at the University of Hawaii. It's his first game playing for Solano here tonight. 1-1 pitch is up and away. You may have heard that hit the backstop. It's 2-1. Crawford from West Lynn, Oregon, suburb south of Portland. Sets on the 2-1 pitch. And here it is. And it's upstairs. It's 3-1. He was the #1 ranked left-handed pitcher in Oregon, 4th ranked overall. And he just finished up his redshirt freshman year at Oregon. 3-1. Swung on and missed. Count moves full. It's 3-2. Base is empty. It's 13-2 Healdsburg here in the top of the 7th. The payoff pitch home is swung on and missed. Blake Crawford strikes out the side in the 7th. 2 looking, 1 swinging, and we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. We'll stand and stretch here in Healdsburg. 13-2 Packers. It'll be the top of the lineup when we come back. Souza, Leopard, and Sutter at new pitcher for the Solano Mudcats here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bobby Bangs comes into the game. 5'10" right-handed pitcher. And he'll face the top of the lineup for the Prune Packers. It's 13-2 Healdsburg. First pitch is up and away for ball 1 from Bangs to Jace Souza. It'll be Souza, Alex Leopard, and Logan Sutter, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters for Healdsburg. They're in this bottom half of the 7th inning. Pitch is swung on and fouled off to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bangs making his 5th appearance of the season for the Mudcats. The 1-1 is looped and fouled off to the left side down the line. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Jonathan Kim is the pinch hitter for Healdsburg. And he'll take over for Jay Souza here in the 7th. Bangs in his 5th appearance, 9.64 ERA on the summer. He's 1-0. 4 2/3 innings, 9 walks, 6 strikeouts as that pitch is swung on and fouled way down the left field line in the air. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 13-2 Healdsburg. Packers scored 1 in the 2nd and then 9 in the 3rd. That was the big inning in this game. Here's the 1-2 home. And it's down in the dirt, 2-2. Sun continuing to fall down in left field, so left field, Wyatt Davis in the shade, so is the center fielder Meadows. 1-2 again. Is swung on and lined to left center field. Meadows, the center fielder, giving chase, and it'll be the left fielder Davis making the grab out in the warning track before the fence. As they converged on the ball fairly quickly, they both got a great read on it, and it was Wyatt Davis, the left fielder, making the play for out number 1. So Kim is retired after pinch hitting for Souza, and Alex Leopard will come up to the plate. Batting from the left side again. 2-hole hitter for Healdsburg. Leopard has grounded out 3 times today and then also scored on a hit by pitch back in the 3rd as he swings on the first pitch here and rolls it over to the right side of the infield. Weber backhands the first baseman, now flips to the covering pitcher, and they got him. A great play by the infield. That was Weber, the first baseman, making the backhand play deep in the hole at first towards second. And then the pitcher, Bangs, had to be there right on time to cover the first base bag. He was. And they got Leopard by about a step. So there's 2 gone here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, it looked like great hustle to beat it out by Leopard, but the umpire with the better view than us called him out.
Here is Logan Sutter. First pitch is in there for a called strike on the outside half. 0-1. Sutter has been dominant. We've talked about it over and over tonight. Continues to impress on each at-bat. The 0-1 pitch is way outside, off speed. He lays off. It's 1-1. Sutter walked the first 3 times tonight, scored on the latter 2 walks, and then hit a home run in the 5th inning. The opposite way to right field. 1-1 pitch. Curls down low below the knees for a ball. It's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike, 2 away, bases empty. Healdsburg 13 and Solano 2. Bangs comes set out of the stretch. Here's the 2-1. And fires in a strike on the outside, a fastball at 91. It's now 2-2. Shortstop Hall in the shade. So is left and center field, as we've mentioned. Most of right field is as well, but Bartram, the right fielder, standing in the sun. They're in way deep right field. Pitcher Bangs in the shade, catcher Juan in the sun as he throws and flies this one to deep right field, and Bartram is there to make the play right on the warning track. Sutter almost lifted another up on out of here, but could not do so. 3 up, 3 down for Bangs after his first inning of work and relief, and we move to the 8th inning. Healdsburg leads by 11 here at Rec Park. New pitcher for Healdsburg on in the 8th inning, and it's 13-2 Packers over the Solano Mudcats. Top of the 8th, Hunter Hargett takes over, the right-handed pitcher at 6'3", making his 5th appearance of the season for the Packers. This is his longest stretch without throwing so far this year. 8 days since his last appearance here at Rec Park against the West Coast Kings on the 20th of June. And here he is, here in the top of the 8th inning. He'll face Miles Meadows. The first pitch to him is in there for a called strike towards the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. Meadows grounded out in the 3rd inning and then singled and scored in the 6th. One of 2 runs for Solano. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that slides way outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hargett went to Point Loma High School down near San Diego. He's from that area as well, and played the last couple of years at San Diego State. Has called strike there on the outside. It's 1-2. 22-year-old in the portal right now. 1-2 pitch from Hargett. Is swung on and lined the other way. Fair ball. Meadows hits it all the way down the right field line. It's going to end up way in the corner. And Meadows goes to second. The ball finally trickles into the infield. And it's a stand-up double to lead off the 8th inning by Miles Meadows.
What a hit right there. Barely inside that foul line. And then it just rolls all the way out there and continues to get farther and farther from Leopard.
Landed fair about maybe 10, 15 yards beyond the infield dirt. And Meadows has his 2nd hit of the night. He is the only Solano Mudcat with 2 or more hits here tonight. And he's the bottom of the order. So here's Wyatt Davis now standing in from the left side. Righty on lefty matchup. Hargett looks at second. Out of the stretch, throws home. And a swing and a miss from Davis. It's 0-1. So Hargett played his freshman year at San Diego State, 2022. Then played in Prescott, Arizona, 2023 as a sophomore. Yavapai College. Here's the pitch. And that catches the bottom of the zone. Inner half. Called strike, it's 0-2. Then he played his junior year at the University of the Incarnate Word, the largest Catholic university in Texas. 0-2 pitch is way upstairs. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it's in San Antonio. We went 2-1 through 27 innings on 11 appearances. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out with a runner on second for Solano here in the top of the 8th. And the pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen as a bunch of dust comes off the fence and drifts over to the first base side. It's still 1-2. Sun setting out in left field beyond the trees in the neighborhood there. Entire field now in the shade. Hargett deals the 1-2. And it's a called strike 3. Inner half, Hargett at 94 miles an hour on the fastball. And there is 1 away here in the 8th inning as Hargett strikes out Davis, his first strikeout of the night. Davis strikes out for the 2nd time. And Meadows still on second base after a leadoff double. Here's Tyler Crudo. Takes a called strike on the first pitch. It is 0-1. Hargett sets and throws. And that's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hargett throws again. Catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So this is a pinch hitter, Mason Sayer, at the plate from Solano Junior College, sophomore. Here's the pitch, and he gets hit. Left elbow. So he'll trot down to first base in his first plate appearance of the day. So Sayer took over for Crudo, and now it is Aiden Hall who stays in the game. Shortstop for Solano, batting in the third spot. Meadows on second, and it is Sayer at first. Here's Aiden Hall, righty on righty. Hargett throws, and swing and a miss. Hargett coming into today, 2.57 ERA, 1-0 on the season. That lone win was against the Stockton Pearls back on the 14th. Hargett's 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Slider down and away, and Hall went for it. It's now 0-2. Aiden Hall is 0 for 3. 2 groundouts, and he reached on an error in the 6th. 0-2 pitch. Slider, and Hall lays off. Great 2-strike pitch there from Hargett. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 gone here in the 8th. Sayer on first and Meadows on second. It's 13-2. Healdsburg. Hargett delivers. Another slider called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Hunter Hargett. And Aiden Hall strikes out for the first time tonight. Brings up Michael Weber, the cleanup hitter for Solano. Runners on first and second with 2 away. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for strike 1 to Michael Weber. Weber struck out swinging in the second inning. Popped out to shallow center in the 4th. And then hit a sacrifice fly to bring in Tyler Crudo in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. And it's inside. It's now, it's called strike. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a called strike 3. The Solano batters not swinging the bat. And all 3 outs are strikeouts here in the 8th. We move to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Healdsburg leads 13-2 at Rec Park. Last of the 8th here in Healdsburg. It's 13-2 Prune Packers over the Solano Mudcats. Blake Grimmer, the cleanup hitter, stands in, and the first pitch is bounced to first on 2 hops. Cody Buckley, who enters the game at first, has to field it down low, and he'll step on the bag for out number 1. So Bobby Bangs back out on the mound for his second inning of work. From Saddleback Community College. Again, making his 5th appearance of the season. He threw a 1-2-3 7th inning. And here we are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alex Burge takes a called strike on the outside. It's 0-1. MLB draft coming up in a couple weeks. Pitch is down low. It's 1-1. Talked to Coach Gomes before the game, and I was asking him what his feel is basically for this year's draft from his guys on the team. Says Logan Sutter has about a 50-50 shot in his opinion. And then there's a few other guys that have about a 25% chance, and they'll go from there. 1-1 pitch is down low and in, 2-1.
Do you have any guys in particular, outside of the pack that you're watching during the MLB draft?
Not in particular.
No?
Not in particular.
That's good. Got
to go in blind,
Exactly.
I mean, plus the other thing, it's much different from other drafts.
Exactly.
2-1 is fouled off to the left side. These guys don't show up in the majors right away.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes years and years of experience down in the minor leagues. Two balls, 2 strikes, base is empty with 1 away. Alex Burge, left-handed batter, rather open stance, and the pitch is looked at for strike 3. Bottom of the zone. A lot of called strike 3s here lately from both sides in the last inning or so.
Yeah, I'm not sure if players aren't getting the green light or if the umpire has a hot date. I mean, it could be one of the two. Someone's trying to get out of here early.
Jacob French. Pitch is looked at for ball 1. Antonelli Savatier to pinch hit for Jacob French here in the 6th hole for Healdsburg. Pitch is left high for 2 balls and no strikes. French exits after a 2-for-4 night. A base hit and a 3-run homer in the 3rd. Here's the 2-0. And that one swung on and fouled off to the left side. It's 2-1. That was the one of 2 3-run home runs in that 3rd inning. A 9-run 3rd inning for Healdsburg. 1 run in the 2nd, 9 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Pitch is called strike on the outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away, base is empty. Bangs, sets, and the 2-2 pitch is swung on in the air, in the outfield, left field line. It is going to end up in foul territory as the 3rd baseman Garcia made a nice track all the way down the left field line, but he ends up on the grass about halfway between the infield and the outfield. Count remains at 2-2 with 2 aways. The sun is just about to set there in left field. Entire field in the shade. With 2 outs, here's the 2-2. And it's low for ball 3. Curveball misses. The count moves full. It's 3-2. Here is the payoff. Smacked up the middle, in the air, and the center fielder, Meadows, has a misread. He went in. Now he's all the way up against the ivy in deep center field. Here is Antonelli moving around the bases. He's going to end up at third. A stand-up triple for the pinch-hitting Antonelli Sabatier. This all with 2 outs here in the 8th.
Just smacked Nico. And holy cow, Antonelli showing off the wheels on the base path. It looked like he was ready to go all 4.
Antonelli's got some speed from Texas Tech. First pitch misses. Now it's called strike on the outside to J.C. Osorio-Agard, and it's 0-1. Force out, 2 pop outs, and a single for Osorio-Agard tonight. Swings and foul, tips it into the glove of Cooper Jones. It's 0-2. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch is swung on and ended up fair off the glove of the first baseman Buckley. It rolls into foul territory, first base side. That'll bring in Sabatier from third, and an unlucky play for the Solano defense. That'll end up a single, and then Osorio-Agard will advance to second because the ball went out of play.
Just when you think you're getting out of the inning and getting closer to heading home back to Solano. Nope. The game and the suffering continues.
So here is Cade Laidhoff with 2 away and a runner on second. First pitch. It's a called strike outside. It's 0-1. This umpire wants to go home.
It's pretty evident.
14-2. Here's the pitch. And a fastball down the middle for a strike. It's 0-2. Solano 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. Healdsburg has 14 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors tonight. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 away in the pitch. Is swung on in the air, popped up, and it'll drift into foul territory behind home plate. Sabatier has scored here in the 8th. Osorio-Agard stands on second. On this 0-2 pitch, Laidhoff takes high. One ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And he swings and misses on a ball that was at his head. And that'll end the inning. So Healdsburg adds another. It's 14-2 heading into the top of the 9th here at Rec Park. Last chance for the Solano Mudcats, down 14-2 to the Healdsburg Prune Packers, top of the 9th inning. It'll be Cody Buckley to lead things off, who has replaced Max Garcia for the Mudcats. Tucker Bougie, the pitcher for Healdsburg, deals and causes a swing and a miss on the inside. It's 0-1. Tucker Bougie from Mill Valley, attending Cal Berkeley. A 1 pitch. Slides across the top of the zone, but it's a ball. And it's 1-1. Bougie in his 7th appearance of the season. 1-0. He's not allowed to run. Pitch is swung on and crushed to deep center field. Jay Souza giving chase, and it one-hops the wall right above the ivy in straightaway center. And Buckley will go to second base. An easy stand-up double for Cody Buckley from Western Oregon University. And it's a leadoff double for Solano here in the 9th.
Yeah, Buckley saw that perfectly right out of the hand of Bougie and just put it right up the middle over Kim's head and center and kissed up against the ivy. Can't do much better than that here at Rec Park.
Kim has replaced Souza in that pinch hit spot in the 8th inning. Bougie sets and throws and misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Derek Bartram swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bartram's 0 for 3, struck out twice tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner on second and nobody out. Solano down by 12. And the pitch misses inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Bougie comes home, and that one's chopped up the third base line. Foul. 2-2. We'll be right back here tomorrow at noon. West Coast Kings come to town. 2 great games against the Kings last weekend. Both 1-run ball game, or rather a 4-run ball game and then a 1-run ball game. It was a 1-run game going into the last couple innings in that first game. 2-2 pitch is slid outside, but it's rolled over to short. A guard scoops it up, throws across the first, and there is 1 away.
Yeah, you mentioned those games against West Coast. They really brought it this year. This team, really stepped up from last year, and despite that 0-5 record in league, they bring a lot of heart and a lot of fight, and they claw for everything. So it's going to be a good game tomorrow. Matinee start, 12 o'clock. Should be a fun one to watch.
And the Kings are different from Packers. They don't have a home field, so they travel a bunch to different ballparks and play different collegiate teams up and down the state. So for them to come in here and play a couple of really competitive games, it was a great showing from them last weekend. We'll see what they have in store tomorrow at noon. The pitch is in there for a called strike, top of the zone. Count is 0-1. Buckley still on second. Pitch home. Misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pinch hitter for Alex Moshart is Dallin Ship from Sac City College. Cooper Jones stands on deck. And the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Ship well behind on the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bougie sets out of the stretch. Looks home and deals. And off speed, Koch Catches the inside corner, and it's a called strike 3. These Solano batters are frustrated. Home plate umpire not giving them any room to work with, despite the 14-2 score.
Yeah, Nico, I think your hypothesis of the umpire wanting to get home might be true here. That one was a little inside. We'll have to hear from our analysts about that one.
Solano down to its last out. Pitch is high for ball 1. Cooper Jones at the plate for the first time tonight. Pitch. Misses inside. It's 2-0.
Yeah, we got the verdict from our analytics guys. They say that one was in there, called strike. Umpire got it right.
Wow. Well, there's definitely been a few in the last inning or two that have missed the zone. 2-0 pitch is swung on in the air, third base side. It goes behind the Healdsburg dugout for a foul ball.
He was really out in front of that one. Saw it out of the hand. Just needs to show a little bit more patience on the next pitch, and that one could have been out on University Street.
Pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Solano down to its final strike of the night. 14-2 Healdsburg. Pitch on the way. Runner goes and in there. Called strike 3. That's the ball game. Healdsburg wins it 14-2. Final totals: Solano 2 runs on 4 hits and an error, and Healdsburg 14 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. Final score again: Prune Packers 14 and the Mudcats 2 here on this Saturday night. And we'll be right back here tomorrow at noon for Healdsburg against the West Coast Kings. So again, the Prune Packers advanced to 14-2 on the season, and they'll face the 0-5 West Coast Kings. Solano drops to 7-6. With our producer Hugo Traverso, Ryan Moffett, I'm Nico Horning, wishing you a great rest of your night. 14-2 the final. Healdsburg wins it here at home. Join us tomorrow at noon against the West Coast Kings. Good night,